low levels, especially I want to say around the 10 to 15 minute mark is when a lot of teams will try to take towers, invade Alchemist.
Do we also know Alchemist's lane? Like,
we don't know Alchemist
because there was a conversation. I think Fogg was actually involved in that, where he's like, you know what, I play my safe lane Alchemist and I still haven't lost my lane. No matter what happens, I still don't lose my lane. So, like, the mid Alchemist is something that we know we have for, but is this actually locked towards the mid, especially when you see Zeus picked up too?
Not necessarily. I feel like this opening put Alchemist in safe lane, but I'm excited to see how it goes in this tournament, right? I have this feeling from the past, you know, thinking about Alchemist, okay, if he gets crushed in lane, the recovery instead of mid, but what if he's countered in both lanes, which is what I'm a little bit concerned with here. Newbee can counter him in both lanes by putting Ember safe lane and maybe the Sven's position E with a strong kill lane perhaps, or at least until they picked Sven, they had plenty of options. Now maybe they've limited.
There's actually, like, isn't it meant to be where you keep everything very hidden? Like, you're not showing off your lanes at the very, very start, but like it feels like every single hero the Team Liquid's opening up with, like, well, Beastmaster, what are you going to do? Run him as 4, Zeus and Beastmaster? Like, it feels like they're being very obvious with what's probably going to be at least one of their cores.
Yeah, I think Beast is a 4. But
you
like,
running like AUI?
I mean, it is possible for all of these three to be
Dire team
very unusual. Okay, that's a support or an off lane. It could be position 3. Magi is a hero that I think we will quite a bit this tournament. The rest of the year.
Not just in the campaign posters for the MVP, for the Arcana vote.
Receiving some nice buffs. Multicast.
10 seconds remaining.
So I believe it's 75% on level 1 to multicast. So you can work with items, high-low fire blast, and he's an innately tanky support in lane, right? High armor, high regen, like Spine Stuff or Orb of Venom. Defensive, so he has options.
You can't do it, like, obviously you can't stack the down shield tank.
No,
right,
it will only go 1. But I think part of the reason Ogre is a very interesting hero is the ability to go position 3 nowadays, because lately we've been seeing a lot of auras on position 3s in their games. And Ogre is one of the heroes that can easily buy these auras because he can farm with a multicast Midas. Tide Hunter.
Yeah, so this kind of locks up Newbee's lanes. Like Ember mid, Sven safe, Tide off, and then Mirana roam, so they're actually leaving their position 5 to pick up last.
10 seconds remaining.
I want this Tide to Alchemist in
5
any
seconds
lane.
remaining.
You can also face Alch mid. I feel like that should be a Tide Hunter favorite lane. Anchor smash him, take a CS.
They ban a Bloodseeker as the final.
That's one of the best lane counters to Alch. And this might be an indication that Liquid are planning to put the Alchemist mid because they think the Ember Spirit matchup is good. Maybe they think the Tide Hunter match is fine. I haven't really seen that lane played. I'm just theory crafting here about if Tide wins that lane. But
10 seconds
limiting
remaining.
the options here of Newbee hard counter Alchemist.
5 seconds remaining.
Maybe Bloodseeker is also good against the last hero Liquid are thinking about. Ogre is 5, 4, so they will last pick Miracle's hero. There's nothing here that says Miracle to you.
No. Not unless he's, well, if he was running the mid lane, then it would make more sense.
He could be playing the Alchemist. The Alchin, either the lanes get Weehaw last pick.
Yeah. We and Miracle, they're both not foreignist. But it's where you want him in the laning phase, what goes well. The Tide comes towards the off lane, it doesn't really feel like Team Liquid have the ability to zone him out. Like if you are running this is a support Zeus and support Ogre, like they're not going to do much to him. And now Newbee do wrap up with a 5th pickup with the Ancient Apparition.
Looks like that for Mirana. Tide 3, Sven 1, Ember 2, pretty standard for these heroes. They obviously pick the AA as a solution to that Alchemist, moving the regenerate.
It's a Miracle Alchemist, it's a Wee Viper.
Yeah. He could end up having a hard time in the laning, honestly. It depends if Newbee can their lanes correctly. I think my gut tells me that Sven can solo against Beastmaster from level 1. It might be a bit tough. Maybe he needs help for like 1 or 2 minutes from the AA.
Well, do you change it up then for Team
And
Liquid?
then-
Do you push Mind Control into the safe lane for you and actually run like the off-lane Alchemist? Because that's what it used to be like with the support Zeus. You go up, you burn everything you've got, and that's meant to help with just at least win you the lane.
I mean, no, what,
Then you
no
die
matter
and you come back.
No matter what they do, they want to give Miracle. And the Viper is more than likely going mid. They could put Alk mid and side lane a Viper. That has been done before.
It would be interesting to see the flexibility from Team Liquid, because every time we've watched We play, it's like, hey, Wind Ranger, or it's We in the mid. Like, it's not that dynamic. Hey, we can always just change up our lanes and go wherever we need to go.
Yeah.
So that would at least be interesting to see from Team Liquid, to see what type of Team Liquid we have here at TI9.
It's true. I feel like we'll mainly be seeing Weeha mid. I think if they make lane adjustments, it's not because it's their priority. It's because they're forced to, or because the benefits just clearly outweighed, but I don't think it's what they're aiming to do with their drafting. We'll see if they try to make players very interchangeable in this draft. When they put their lanes with Alchemist now, like you said, he probably wants to dodge a potential aggro lane from the enemy. So if Newbee have any interest in contesting him heavily, which I think they should, you don't just let Alchemist farm. It becomes this kind of rock, paper, scissors game to outsmart your opponent where you put your lanes. Both teams are likely to move out aggressively and place wards so that they quickly get information about potential lane swapping. We'll see, there's the smoke coming out from Newbee. Smoking for now. They do, of course, have the big benefit of Beastmaster's Hawk. Kind of an underrated aspect of this hero level 1 is the ability to cover one stairway and see possible lane rotation. Probably going to see this Hawk try to maybe land somewhere in this area over here at the shrine to gather information.
You mean up here, do you?
Not that. Wait. What? Oh yeah.
Over here when I'm the one doing the observing and not seeing your screen.
Oh, you see me drawing on the map.
Oh yeah, I see.
Yeah,
oh,
there you
up
go.
here. Okay, yeah, right. There.
Bullseye. It was right there.
Yeah, I just gotta observe correctly, huh?
Yeah.
So the smoke from Newbee won't be able to see the Alchemist, so Miracle's not revealing his lane out. I'm loving the build coming in from GH. 5 mangoes is not enough. He's one shot of a full daiquiri. But he's starting off with his lightning bolt, so it's just straight up single target harassment at the beginning, and Mind Control will run the offlane. Kuro is staying with him for the moment. But it looks like Newbee feel like the best thing to do is run snaking up at the top lane. So it will be tied up on the safe lane, CC and C in towards the mid, and that gives your off lane to your
Oh yeah, this actually
working
makes
with MSS.
this makes way more sense. I don't know why we did. Tidehunter against Beastmaster is a good matchup. So a bit stuck in this way of thinking that you could leave the Sven alone and go to Tide's lane, but this is better. I would say flat out better. If they get this Tide against Beast matchup, that's a matchup Tide loves, because once you get Kraken Shell level 2, you basically ignore the boars at the part, and it allows them to play this very strong aggro tri-lane with Sven, AA, Mirana. This lane is filthy, and Alchemist could struggle.
I was kind of like joking about it before, like, because I just hear the conversations happening at the welcome party. I was like, you know what, an Alchemist, he'll be fine. He'll be totally fine, just as long as there's no way he can lose his lane. But they're definitely going to put that to the test. Snaking is being pushed back underneath this tower. He's got a lot of regen to work with. Miracle, he will really be running this hard drag. Whatever creep you got back underneath the tower and just farm in potential safety.
Very interesting to see them take this approach. Maybe they're thinking, if we aggro trials, we're not winning our lane anyway, so we could aggro onto the Tide. Oh, he might be in
Snaking
trouble
down
here.
a lot of trouble. He can't move himself back. Kuro's got the body block off, and all that early harassment damage from GH did his work.
So the logic here, we can't win our safe lane with the Alchemist, so we might as well leave him alone, pressure another place on the map, and what our benefit is maybe we can stack some camps. Actually, never mind. They went for the first blood, and now they're coming bottom.
Yep.
We're giving Miracle a little bit of a head start on experience by not taking that as 3 heroes. They get him the acid spray that might allow them to play this tri-lane. Zeus, by the way, starting with 5 mangoes.
Yep. 5 mangoes, going in for the boots, having a casual stick. If he is going to be part of this tri-lane versus tri-lane, then it makes a lot of sense. Meanwhile, in the mid lane, it's been Weeha versus CC and C. And so far, CC and C has been pretty heavy on the CS in front of him.
Yep. Don't actually know how this lane...
Highlight eye, and there's that chaining stuns up. There's a quick pause. CCNC, hotkeys, not so great. But Pilot also not so great. Caught inside the acid spray, but all the stuns and bolts have already been used.
He has another bolt in 3. I think if Kuro gets in one more hit and Alk gets in one more hit, Alchemist is stunned. I think Pilot might survive this. It's gonna be nice. One more hit and a bolt would have done.
UI even made sure they had a little bit more space, so they'll burn the south and back up. Keep your eyes on the runes.
Even though there is this head start for Mind Control top from the first blood, going the way of Liquid, Mind Control did not get that kill. We got a bit of the elite gold. I think Snaking should be taking control top, so it's important for Liquid that if they are helping Miracle with these 2 heroes, it needs to be worth it. Currently, he's sitting on 4 CS minute 2.5, and that's not great.
Yeah.
And as you said, Weeha is not winning mid lane either against CCNC. So far, I would say a pretty good start for Newbee for all.
And CCNC's not letting up on the aggression. He's staying up in the face of Weeha. Wee's already forced to salve up. He had his opportunity because Sleight of Fist was used.
Another benefit of the Mirana, we're seeing that right there. Didn't put that, but can one-shot those neutral creeps. Arrows, the big Wild Wing.
Is under attack.
Playing these Tri-Lanes, that could be a very nice farm. Experience and gold for them. Obviously, if Liquid are nearby to the camp, also get experience. We want to try to potentially zone them away or try to farm these big creeps while Liquid's doing something else.
I always feel like Liquid are trying to get aggressive on this bottom lane, but they're not finding the opportunity to do so. Paradise moved to a very defensive position, always behind Yoa.
Sven is not a good target. That's one of Alchemist's biggest weak. Laning is terrible. He doesn't offer much in the way of offense unless you skill Unstable Concoction, but then your Acid Spray is weak or your Grieval's Greed is too low level when you want to go jungle. So maybe Miracle will get 1 value point, we'll see.
Yeah,
but you
he's
definitely
gone
don't level it beyond that.
2-0-1 for the moment.
Yep. Newbee are very happy right now.
Yeah.
Their lane going great, they're winning lane. I guess, actually not true. Beastmaster's still ahead on net worth up top, but Snaking should be able to slowly overtake him. Look at those boars tickling. 5 damage per hit.
Yeah.
When he gets level 5, it's 0.
I'm actually just wondering too then, like if this rotation that Kuro made to lane, really going up, Miracle have got enough damage, he's still got the Acid Spray, he can pop up the cold beats, able to trigger. Miracle, he's back underneath the tier 1 tower, couldn't even get the Acid Spray off. If he did, Yuwa may have died a little sooner, but it's still GH and Kuro doing the work. Paradise will make a break up through the trees, and Kuro's trying to stay on him. Has to walk off the cold beat, deciding to actually walk towards the north, which means the arrow from MSS able to connect. Sven's on the way, they leap in forward, try and body blocking Kuro. GH moving in forward too. Kuro is so low, he's got stick charges available, but GH, the Stormbolt, it flies forward. At least he got enough range to get out of the cold feet. The GH solo, another leap forward. MSS staying on the aggressive.
Surprised MSS saved these. Could have gone for the Ogre kill perhaps, but maybe felt like he wouldn't have the damage to take him down with the Stout Shield and instead saves the leap. Get this other. And now he has another charge in the backpack. Let's go with Voltaic Bottle first. Looking for some runes, minute 6, minute 8 in the bottom area.
Don't also get aggressive in mid. Now that you've got the TPs back, bottle forward from the Ember Spirit, he'll want to get in there, but GH is reading the situation. Puts down the defensive observer ward. They can see the arrows coming from the other side of the trees now.
When you look at this, so Alchemist, this is the build you're going to see on Alk, almost 2 bracers. They're trying to put on some aggression here, but he's just too tanky now with these 2 bracers. The magic resist and the health should keep him alive against Jawar unless there's a great arrow coming in.
He's flying in. A little bit off target. The cold feet won't trigger either. Miracle's into the trees. But Yawar's going to stay with him, and Miracle blocked in, has to cut his way free. MSS leaves forward, they're looking for him, can't juke it out the tree line. Support was coming in from GH, but it came way too late.
Yeah, I was like, he's fine. Surely if they start diving the tower, there's going to be some help coming in. Either just cooldowns or bad communication, and they end up not getting that. Might get a kill on MSS, no, he will get away.
He's got so many stick charges, and Kuro's got no follow-up.
They just let them dive Miracle for literally 15 seconds.
Yeah.
They got no help. Maybe TPs were on.
Yeah, maybe they were as confident as you were too. So it's like, you know what, you're fine, Miracle. Like, you're totally fine. You almost juked him out through the tree lines too. So MSS and Paladai will end up burning the shrine straight back out to being aggressive again.
Miracle's had enough, by the way.
Dire's
Whatever.
top tower is under
He's got his
attack.
2-0-2.
Yep.
So that's fine, right? GH is still able to farm at range on this bottom lane.
You've got to still be a little bit concerned though about this hero combination of Viper and Alchemist, because what ends up happening is that they both want to jungle. Viper wants to jungle with the Nether Toxin, and Alchemist wants to jungle with the Acid Spray. So one of them is going to not get the full farm that you would like.
You actually see it from Weeha, right? Like he's got 4 points up in the poison attack, 1 point in Nether Toxin.
Dire's middle tower is under
It
attack.
hasn't really served him that well either. Hasn't been able to shut down CCNC with this aggressive build, and generally on Viper, if you go for this aggressive build, it's to lane dominate, but CCNC has been fine.
They're coming for Miracle. No observer was being placed, and Miracle was already aware of this. They walked underneath an observer board, just planted north of the bottom rune. And now Kuro's trying to do something about Pylai. He's in deep. Viper's moving over too. If Weeha can just get in range for the Viper Strike, they can potentially find this kill. The arrow's not helping out, and there was a wild way to catch it out, and there's Pylai. Stunned up, locked inside the Nether Toxin, and he realized that Nether Toxin would just let him tick. He's already moving back to the mid lane, trying to save time.
There's gonna be kills in this area. Both teams have way too much to do here to not go and either scout or fight. Every Alchemist game kind of goes like this. Whether he's played mid or safe lane, he will want to retreat into the jungle, and you want to limit him as much. So Pylai went down here to scout and try to ward, and Miracle has retreated the top half of the jungle, where you would imagine we are trying to invade soon.
Mind control, the Ravage. It's just going to clip him on the edge, barely on the edge, but the arrow will be able to connect. They just hold him in position. Cannot get a roar off, and Mind control is going to feel pretty sad about that. Put up the Hawk just a little too late to see MSS waiting in the trees.
I actually thought that Ravage was going to miss. That was very close.
Yeah.
Snaking though, knowing the limits of the Ravage there.
So if we've got some downtime, we can watch that in slow motion on our replay in just a bit. But Weeha's adding a bit of pressure towards the mid lane. Kuro looking to try and help out to get the kill onto CCNC. Now there is no Flame Guard available, so CCNC feeling a little pressured. Gets back up the hill, Sleight of Fist trying to dodge that attack, buying a little bit more time with a phase boost, movement away, but no, it's going to be way too much with Weeha having that double damage rune. And Mind Control's arrived, Vladimir's is up, and they're going to add the pressure to the tier 1 tower.
Look at the build up by
Under attack.
Double braces. We're going into Vale.
But not quite.
Okay,
tanking up.
We've got ourselves a moment. If okay, so here's that Ravage just on the edge, but he actually went a little bit further than that. I saw a tentacle in front.
Maybe I don't know why I felt started further away than he actually did.
He did it in the lane, and he had to do it over a row of trees. So
yeah,
the hedgerow just confused. And we're back and good to go. There's pressure in towards mid. MSS's arrows coming off cooldown now, but they will not be able to defend this.
This is a huge move.
Middle tower has
Getting mid tower minute 9. When you have Alchemist, well, in Dota in general, taking towers is good. When you have Alchemist, it's very, very important that you protect your own towers, but if you can, on top of that, which usually is very hard to do, take enemy towers early, you effectively, when you start pushing waves, you buy Alchemist space.
Yeah.
Because the enemy team has to defend further back, and this extra 10 seconds that it takes the wave to cross the river is just more space, more time for Alchemist to analyze the map, to farm as efficient as possible, and this move from Liquid is easily the biggest play of the game so far, and could really set them up for
It actually feels like the kill up on top lane didn't help them out. Now the snaking burnt Ravage, it's like, well, you got the confidence just to keep pushing down these tier 1 towers. Where's the pressure to come from Yuar then? Like, he's still working on his hand of Midas on bottom lane. The tier 1 tower on bottom lane's taken almost no damage. And Mind Control's ready with his roar. Got cut through the trees. The creep wave is following, snaking in there. But a lot of this is already scouted out. Newbee have this line of wards that runs the northern side of the map, so they understood just how much Liquid was bringing to bring down that tier 1 tower.
They're gonna let it go again. So what's the trade-off though? Sven's doing some damage bottom, but
CCNC I think is looking for something in the mid with the Invis rune.
he can't solo kill Alchemist. He has ulti.
Radiant's bottom tower is under
So
attack.
what do? You let a tier 1 tower fall, go down towards bottom lane. Weeha get a TP in here. Second is on the way. TP already on the way from Yuar. Just get away before Ogre is able to complete his TP in. But he finished up the Midas, added pressure, but the tier 1 tower still remains alive. And they even bring it within deny range if they want to get rid of that money.
standing for now, or he wanted to get a creep, but Kuro's fat body is in the way.
Gotta save the resources on the map. This is
Viper Veil.
This is what we were wondering about, right? Like, how the Alchemist functions. Like, you got that push, you got your timing right. He is now #1 on the net worth. 5.5, 5.6k going his way. Sven and Viper battling for the second position. So it's not like that to sacrifice too much. And a great Thunder, like, the Thunder God's Wrath comes out. So CCNC and Pilot Eye were trying to go for something up on the top, but they're not finding it. Maybe it's time for, maybe it's time for GA should look for these Observer Wards too. Trapped in the trees. Ice Blast. He's actually going to roar out. Maybe they get the kill onto the Ancient Apparition, but nah.
You know, for me, dog. But yeah, it was a good Thunder God's Wrath, though. He scouted out the smoke. I just think Mind Control had no escape route. It was kind of cornered there. I don't know if a possible TP could have worked. Maybe he had cooldown. But yeah, at the very least, results in this kill. But again, are you taking any tower damage? You haven't limited Alchemist's space. Apart from the laning stage where they did a good job aggroing him, Miracle's been having a pretty good time.
They see CNC wrapping around the back. Underneath the Irradiant Observer Ward, GH has nowhere to go. Another time up on top, but then get a triple TP. Now the other two going to complete. Kuro does. Mind Control will arrive as well.
That is very low value.
Because the 3 TPs happen, they realize that Miracle has no other support up on top lane, so Yuat waits as long as he possibly can for the Stormbolt to fly out. Now you're Searing Chains, and if you need to, the Ravage will pop, and it feels like Snaking needs to. Very liberal with the use. But they get the kill on Miracle and bring him down.
Absolutely ravage that. No regrets, for sure, on that. And yeah, like you said, this is what happens when you use 3 TPs like this and the enemy team acknowledges it. Miracle has to go back. He should never have stayed this far up in the mid lane, and that's just flat out a mistake. No backup available. Newbee made a quick move on him, identifying the situation very nicely. And that's big. They got 2 core kills in a row, and now they're getting that mid tower damage.
And
Viper will rotate in.
You know, this is game 1 of day 1 of TI, but this is, of course, TI. There isn't really a period of time where you say, like, hey, I'm going to just wake myself up over a little bit of time. Like, it'll take me 1 day before we're ready to fight as a team. Like, everything has to be crisp and clean already, and at the moment, it feels like Newbee just dropped themselves into a really comfortable position. They're simple to execute, they follow through, and the only ticking time bomb is the Alchemist.
Yeah, if they are able to overpower the Alchemist, that's another thing, right? When you pick this AA last, and you have this insurance against the Alchemist regen in the mid-game, even if Miracle gets farmed, they will, until he has a BKB, they should be able to just lock him down with chain stuns and AA ulti. Liquid's lineup has no save, which is a classic component you sometimes run with Alchemist, like an Oracle, or, you know, another defensive support, like maybe even an Omni Knight offlane or something like this to keep the Alchemist safe. Since that's not available, this only 1k gold lead is a bit misleading, because first of all, you're ahead on gold against Alchemist minute 14. Good, very good. Secondly, it's about how strong is Alchemist's net worth actually in this game. He should need quite a bit more.
Well, he's going Radiance and VAC. And if you're going to get to the BKB, that's a lot longer.
Yep.
And they're not controlling the bounty runes either. Another critical thing with an Alchemist. 15-minute bounty runes are coming up in a second. MSS will claim both of the bottoms. A Newbee are positioning to actually fight on top. If Liquid want to contest them, they'll take it.
Liquid's not scoop. They don't want any of this.
Dire's top tower
But it at least allows Miracle to finish up the Radiance is coming on the Courier at the moment.
Yep.
So their team fight's getting a little bit better.
It's just, there seems to be a very clear plan from Newbee's lineup on how they deal with this guy, right? If he walks into a fight, if a fight begins, you're gonna chain stun him and blow him up, especially a hero like Sven, actually eat quickly with this Echo Saber he has, so gotta be careful. And Liquid's lineup just is slow. They did a great job getting those first 2 towers, but now the heroes are not very mobile. Alchemist and Viper both have to walk around. It takes a long time. Beastmaster has some sort of play capabilities, but he kind of only really plays with Zeus in this game currently. So their lineup clearly has some limitations.
Yeah, they're just trying to scout out. The vision on the map is very defensive for Team Liquid, so they don't really see that much. Like, observer sentries planted over the bottom bounties.
Regenerate.
So it's not what they're looking for. And now Newbee, seeing the TP and snaking. Kuro already slowed down. Leap forward from MSS. Kuro tries to go for a revenge dump, but the Ice Blast already connects as well. Viper wants some revenge, but the arrow?
Good arrow.
Long stun, and this buy is snaking enough space to get back.
He still did 1,000 damage tied. Just ulti, Nether Toxin, and 1 poison attack, 1k damage. Gotta be careful. I love this from snaking. I was thinking you probably go 4-staff in this game because of that. And he has it queued up. We'll see if he buys it before the hood. I really like 4-staff for a couple of reasons. First of all, the Nether Toxin for his own sake. It's great to counter that. But also, when you look at Liquid's lineup, how do they start fights? They either Viper Strike or they roar.
Yeah.
And if the hero that they go on has turned around, Snakey can actually just save any core in his lineup by just forcing them away and then re-engaging himself with the Blink Dagger that he has.
Mind Control's gonna get this roar off, but no. Weeha and Kuro, they were both there ready to fight, but CCNC, second he finishes his Sleight of Fist, just Remnants back.
Good read.
Deeper into the jungle.
Not overstaying there.
Man, it just feels like Newbee's getting everything they need. Like, Snaking's got the initiation with the Blink Dagger, as you said, with the Falstaff and everything else. But then you're also getting the lane presence. MSS is building in for a straight-up Aghanim Scepter.
Yep.
And we're going to remember, like, they're basically running full core at this point. They're
Mirana,
always
yep.
able to push out the lanes, because you'll always clean out the lanes once you've got the Aghanim Scepter up. Ember can do the same type of thing. And defense clearance is great, too. Try and break the Ember Spirit, Moonlight Shadow defense, and Team Liquid, no detection on the front lines.
Mirana definitely has this ability when the laning stage goes well, her just innate ability to push waves with Starstorm and then farm up and get this Axe puts so much pressure on the Alchemist team to constantly have to go and defend. Yeah, again.
they needed the roar. Once again, they need the roar from Mind Control to begin. Just as you were saying, like, what was your initiation? Ogre raises his fists and CCNC just spirits away.
If you're paying good attention on Ember, the only way you really die in this game is getting roared from block. There's no other play until maybe Mind Control gets a Blink Dagger and surprises you from an angle you're not watching, or something like this, because, yeah, there's no instant stun. Alchemist Concoction has to fly, Ogre has to wind up his arms, he doesn't have a lens, so he can't stun you from trees in most places on the map, and yep, that roar can't connect right now. So CCNC is playing very nicely on the limit here.
Does that actually mean, like, CCNC can go more aggressive style items? Like, he doesn't have to get a Lincoln Sphere, he doesn't feel like he needs to block anything?
I would like to see him go BKB, I think.
Okay.
So what we're seeing here is he's gone the Flame Guard Absorption, and from what I've heard, this build with Flame Guard Absorption into Flame Guard DPS is becoming really popular because it basically doubles the DPS of Flame Guard from 60 to 120. That's the same as 2 Radiances. And then if you BKB, the Flame Guard can't get broken. So you're just running into the fight, you deal super high amounts of damage, and you're very difficult to focus down because every time people go on you, you're just going to use your Sleight of Fist. Yeah, War. Fine.
Smart and easy TP out.
Maybe you have to buy Atos on. Perhaps that would have been a good choice this game over this Veil, just so they have this extra catch that can price the Ember or can catch this Sven from TPing away.
It's still going to be projectile though, right? So
But it's fast.
Yeah.
It's fast. And again, when you have the range that Atos has, it makes catching Ember a lot easier because there's angles, there's options that Ogre and Beastmaster just don't have because of their lower reach.
Miracles.
Sure, if you cast it from the front on the Ember, he's going to react. But if he's not watching the angle you come from, or if you are, you know, coming out of smoke or out of fog, it's a lot harder.
I'm loving this. I saw Weeha actually line up the BTs before. He's using the Beastmaster Hawk to get to the front line. Trying to wrap around the side. Aurora down over on CCNC. Snaking will create enough space with the Ravage. And now Beastmaster, he will fall. Weeha's caught on the wrong side of the tracks. Had a lot of help. It's on the way, but the Ice Blast will connect first. Pilot Eye will end up dropping to the attacks from down the low ground. Miracle once more with a Moonlight Shadow. They run away. Newbee was trying to contest these bounty runes once again.
I think that's pretty even, I suppose. It's 1 for 1, but Ravage was used, so you feel like
CCNC's back in. He's not done yet. Get the concoction's ready for Miracle, and they've actually got the control. Arrow flies forward. Everyone will dodge that one. No, they won't. Kuro catches in the back lines, so he's trapped where he is. Miracle will fall, and you shouldn't have said anything, Cinderin. Even not anymore. This is going to be Weeha trying to battle for the last, but MSS has to leap and TP out. It will not be successful. That is not the way Liquid wanted to have that fight continue.
There's one guy who's happy about this, though, and that's GH. He got a solo kill on Tide toward the end of that. So 600 gold. I think he got about a full level and now has this Aether Lens as well as almost a Force Staff completed, so big scaling possibilities coming in, but this Alchemist kill very noir. The BKB reveal, and again,
Looks
problem
like
for Liquid, right? You don't have that
blast
save.
doors.
So if your Alchemist gets jumped by the Sven, he has to run away. Sven is just the bigger boy right now.
I'm loving this from Pilot Eye. Just puts down the Vortex, sees Kuro, hits him with the Ice Blast. It's the cold feet to trigger, but there's no need for CCNC to get any more aggressive. GH is doing too much damage, and he's already starting to back up. And Team Liquid must have really wanted that fight too. Like the AC being done with the Radiance, like Miracle was ready to get in there. And now they smoke up themselves and they look towards Roshan.
I like this play. No Ravage. You have the Beastmaster Aura, you have the Cuirass, you have Bloodlust. This is an easy kill. Holy, okay, that's a bit faster than I thought it would be. That Medallion.
Even with Ice Blast down because it was used in the mid, like they can't even scout it out.
They give the Aegis to Miracle. Alchemist is one of those heroes that Aegis is a little bit weird because sometimes it's really good and other times it feels almost useless. Obviously, being a transformation-based ulti hero, one of your lives is bound to be without that chemical rage. Depending on the timing in the fight, it can be. But who else would you give it to? You don't want to give it to your Viper. He's not going to get targeted.
Giving it to Zeus to pop off everything he's got and come back again.
And then die instantly?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
I don't know about that one. Yeah, there's no better Aegis character in this game. And
Protect the money.
Usually in Alchemist games, you will give it to Alch, because around the time you kill Roche is when Alchemist wants to go high ground. That just doesn't seem like a possibility in this game right now. I don't think Liquid get a chance to...
Look at him come to fight though. Ice Blast is flying forward from Pilot Die. It's just hitting the back line, so GH is already going to go down to CC&C. But I was watching Miracle's presence. Where does the stuns come? I get to miss every single kill on this camera.
Kuro kind of just got overwhelmed.
Yeah.
His tower is gone.
It's like left behind for everyone else. CC&C gets the Searing Chains off over on Viper. Snaky's moving in with a gush. Viper really slowed down. There's you are with a stun and the damage output. No Bracer will protect you from that. And he's already I mean, yeah, he's back. Miracle gets the BKB. They need to wait a little longer before they're ready to fight this, and Newbee saw the window. Ravage was up. They wanted to get in there.
I don't know. I'm not really feeling this Viper build in this game. I'm not completely sure what. Like maybe this is a good build in a lot of games on Weeha's Viper. I just don't think it solves the problems that Viper innately has in this game. He doesn't have any armor against the Sven and the slight spam from Ember. He's going for Kaya Sanj, so he gets some status resistance against the stuns, which is nice, but the problem is he's kind of just dying to like 3 hits from Sven right now. So I think you have to either go back for a Ghost Scepter or try to get yourself some armor or BKB. The Boots of Travel they've given them 1 or 2 opportunities to take fights, and obviously gives the hero some much needed mobility. But overall, I haven't felt it this game. I'm sure we're going to see more Weeha Viper this tournament, or you never know. Maybe it's the only time they'll play it. But if we do, I would like to see this build be really successful so that we can understand why it is so good. It hasn't really...
I'm also just trying to understand like Team Liquid's mindset coming into the drafting phase. Like we saw the way they picked up very early on. Like you had the Beastmaster and Zeus as your opener, and then you went into this Alchemist. Like you're willingly still doing this. This was still your intent. It wasn't because you're forced into it by Newbee with the way they were drafting. So they still had a good plan behind this, a good thought process at least. And that's where like I still keep my eyes on Miracle. Like what is he trying to achieve during this game? You're building out like BKB up, Abyssal Blade next. Nothing got wrath from GH. Does reveal the fact that CC&C was wrapping around the back. Newbee will grab 3 of the bounty runes out of the 4 once again.
It's getting getting real farmed. He's overtaken the enemy position 3 now. We were saying GH was getting rich from that kill on Tide, but he's still a full 3,500 gold behind the Mirana on the enemy team. And the only reason this gold graph looks fairly even is that there's an Alchemist.
Yeah.
And Alchemist lineups being behind at this time, especially the experience, is insane. 20,000 XP.
Yeah.
You're this far behind, like you're not. This game is not even right now. Liquid have to try to find a team fight where
they're looking for
they really get to use this Aegis and playing around Miracle.
The roar from Mind Control has to hit perfectly here. CC&C is just farming the wave. They're trying to make the most of nighttime, but he just spirits straight over the top of everyone. CC&C is like he's playing this game perfectly, pushes out just far enough and never too far. There ain't no 50-50 toss-up.
Maybe you need Shadowblade on this. So that's a reliable way of catching the Ember, but he's going for this BKB build so that they feel like they can take team fights, and that's, you know, you got to choose your path on Beast. If you go the Shadow Blade, your team fighting is a lot weaker, but your catch is better, and if you go this BKB fight around Alchemist's timing, because I think Liquid feel like this game cannot go on like this for another 15-20 minutes. Like, the Alchemist will fall off eventually. He has some good Axe friends, I suppose, but
they still need to, like, they're going to get out pushed, right?
Really want to.
Like,
yeah.
the Mirana can push in the bottom lane all by herself without any kind of major risk because it's still a 4 position.
Yeah.
There's doing that. So if you have your BKB, then you at least have something that allows you to force an issue, like push up high ground and take something quick.
And they have the super low commitment split push of Ember. And the waves are just constantly being pushed in, so they don't get to use their Aegis. That's
there's your Stormbolt forward. Yua's got all the damage, and the long range arrow from MSS connects perfectly. Weeha will fall. Yeah, it won't hit anybody, but it was kind of thinking it should be done. Miracle caught in no man's land underneath his own Observer Ward. Thanks to the Thundercloud Draft, at least he kills off the Observer Ward, moves over towards the Ember Spirit with the BKB. He doesn't have much to work with. Yua's already moved back over. He's got so much damage output. 5 heroes ready to chase around the back, but then the buyback in from Weeha, and they think twice about it.
So again, it's a big win for Newbee. They killed Weeha, forced a buyback, and it cost them nothing. Alchemist had to BKB. That's a really big BKB charge.
His net worth is just plummeting with this. Like, he's actually almost below 4 heroes of Newbee.
Yeah. Weeha's game is... Yeah, now he's buying armor. Right, there comes the Shiva buildup. Again, I mentioned it before. I think this Kaya Sange has its place maybe in some Viper games. To me, this is not one of them. And this has really slowed down his item progression. I would have loved to see at least the plate mail on the way to get this armor that he so needs. Like, you saw him getting blown up by this Sven. There was a bit of an arrow in from Mirana, but the rest is just the Sven with his Bloodthorn just wailing at him.
Well, here they go again. Instantly into the break.
Weeha.
Here comes your Ice Blast forward. Yeah, he's dead.
That's bad.
Over a minute and a half on the sidelines. Yua did burn the BKB for this.
He bought back and he's playing up far in a very dangerous lane with no teammates close by to save him. Not Weeha's. This is not Weeha. It just hasn't been Weeha's game so far. And you have to turn to Miracle to be able to carry this game and play around him as a team, but the problem that you're facing is every time you want to group up, these waves are pushing in, so Weeha feels forced to. You know what? I gotta push this extra wave. I gotta go that little bit further and take the risk so that we can make our own play, and this time it just gets punished way too hard.
Now he's at least got the Abyssal Blade up and running, gonna go for a Blink Dagger as his next item.
Yeah.
And Newbee still, they're not threatening up in high grounds. Like, there's been some chip damage on bottom. Yes, that instant stun you were looking for, right?
Finally catch Ember with your Alchemist Blink Abyssal. You get the catch you wanted.
That doesn't really feel like what you really wanted, though. CCNC's pushing the tier 2 tower in mid, snaking, sitting behind. Pipe, Blink Dagger, and Ravage is more than enough confidence for CCNC to do what he's doing.
And with his Octarine core, all of that health, as well as, you know, the spell lifesteal coming in will keep him alive.
Alright, Miracle.
Thought he was going to go the BKB route like we talked about, but he's for the Octarine.
Starting a concoction. He's lost vision. He's going to end up sending himself over in the trees.
They don't know, though.
No.
Newbee don't know. That would have been an arrow. Perhaps. Wait, where is Mirana?
They're really chasing down CCNC. Are they like, well, this guy must not have a remnant down? Even TP Arm from Mind Control went to the tier 3 tower, but he's not going to do that without a remnant.
And now it's bounty time again. Liquid will... Maybe it's a 1-for-3 trade-off once again.
Yeah.
Alchemist seems like he kind of wants to go, but he has no Chemical Rage ready. So he's actually weak right now for this fight. He might try it anyway.
Well, Slide's already been used. Thunder God's Wrath. Mind Control's in a very, very bad position. Yuan jumps in. He'll get the roar off, but Mind Control runs away, but not fast enough. CCNC is the last physical bit of damage to attack through that BKB of Mind Control, and they're going underneath the tower. They really want to keep this push going with the Ravage clipping over on 3 with a Bloodball being used. Viper's down again. Weeha is a non-factor this game, and CCNC, he's everything. To the front lines, a double kill for Yuan. GH will die in the tree lines. It leaves the last man standing, Miracle, still trying to farm up his Blink Dagger on the bottom lane. But Newbee can just go for Roshan. Just play it safe and get this first win against Team Liquid to start off their TI9 campaign.
What a great start to the day that would be for them. You know, these groups, there's so much to play for in the group. Step number 1, don't get last in the group. Then you're already at the main event, and getting to the main event is worth
Oh, this again. The Bloodthorn's already out. Alchemist, he got Pistol Blades. At least he's able to miss out the arrow. Concoction beginning again. He's starting to stun over on MSS. Mind Control, he'll arrive. What can he do? There's no Raw available. He can just give him the medallion, try and get Miracle back into relative safety. With the regeneration, it's still not going to be enough. And the Ice Blast, well, it won't hit Mind Control. That's the one upside from Team Liquid. As Newbee will retreat back out of the base.
Radiant's top tower.
Yeah, as I was getting at with the group format and the way things work, obviously we have 18 teams here this year once again, and the bottom team from each group is eliminated before the main event. So you want to not get that last place placement, so you get into the main event, and also already getting just not last in group this year is worth about $500,000 is the prize for 13 for 16. So
yeah, it was last position is 80,000, I believe, at the moment.
So getting to that main event is huge, and obviously every game is going to matter. I'm not saying this as my expectation was Newbee won't make it out of groups. Don't interpret it that way. It's just like step number one is get off to a good start in groups, so you've got that playoff. And then obviously, if you have a good start against Liquid, you get a one-game win, maybe a 2-0. Your chances of getting to that top 4 in your group and getting to the upper bracket gets massively increased. Liquid clearly one of the stronger teams to come out from the European region this year. It looks like Newbee need to mess up gravely, or that Liquid has to find the fight of their dreams with kind of this Miracle Blink Dagger is the key. They have to start a good fight with this, or it's just not happening. But Ember hasn't ages now. How do you initiate this fight? You don't go on the Ember. Yeah. If you try to kill Ember twice, the fight's lost.
You actually have to kill Yawar, right? Like, you need to stop that Bloodthorn from having an effect. It's like, and not to mention all the damage that comes along with it, but it's...
Do you have the damage though? Kill the Sven. You need to jump him when he doesn't have God Strength on, when Tide is not nearby to pipe and blink Ravage.
Yeah. Or can you kite
And you need 5 heroes, I think.
Can you kite out the BKB times and then go for your own initiation? Like, is that the other approach to do this? Now
I'm looking at the kiting potential of both teams, and I feel like the kiting potential's on the Dire Toby. There's no kiting on the Radiant.
You've got Glimmer Cape on Kuro. I'm like literally checking items. Like, this is all there really is. Like, you can blink yourself away. Anyone got a 4-staff? Well, you got one on GH.
I mean, it's technically possible, but if there is one dust or a gem in the middle of the fight from the Dire team, from Newbee, you're just...
Not Weehar again. Not Weehar again. Moonlight Shadow. CCNC just walks up. The Ice Blast is coming in. Weehar is totally dead. But then again, the initiation is the backline. They find the Tidehunter, and have they got enough control? He's still got Ravage available. He doesn't want to use it, but the BKB is up. The Raw sneaking. He would burn the cheese. He got his life back again, and they're ready to Ravage with the stuns and the arrows to connect. Goodbye, Ogre. Goodbye, Alchemist. In just a second, if they can see him out, and they will be able to. Mind Control's trying to retreat back out, but you know the primary target is Miracle. He blinks. He's actually going to TP himself away. So they burned the Aegis to the Immortal, and now Viper, he's in a little deep, but they're still going up further north. They're looking for snaking. This battle is just splitting up every 2 different ways. The BKBs have been burnt. Weehar is finally going to go down. He'll bring MSS down with him, thanks to Viper Strike tick damage, but it's Alchemist. He doesn't have his Chemical Rage available. They have to force up and back underneath the Tier 1 tower, even with the bind back from GH. Now he may end up going down underneath his own Tier 1 tower too. So many heroes dead for so long, and Yawar, he wants more. He wants Miracle. The Chemical Rage is finally back off cooldown. So Miracle and Mind Control can retreat back to safety. Yawar, he's looking for the fight, and so is Miracle. Here's your first one. The follow-up, Abyssal Blade available, and they actually do bring it down Yawar. Over 1,000 gold for the kill, and Miracle shows he's got some teeth.
That was a good fight from Newbee until that move from Yawar. I'm not sure what was going through his mind there. He's completely alone running in, hoping to get a Blink Dagger initiation, but he didn't have Blink Dagger ready. And it's just Alchemist jumping on him with the vision, getting a quick kill, and important for Miracle. That's an 1,100 gold kill that he just got out of that.
And look at him run. They're instantly trying to make a play to get in and get the bounty runes.
CCNC's ready though.
Yeah, he is.
Right time.
And Snaking will get both the bottom runes.
Yeah, I kind of like how Newbee played that fight. I don't know. Hang on.
Yeah,
that's a dead A.
Yeah, it is. Mind Control's going to BKB because he just doesn't care.
The initiation.
Pilot has worth 481 gold.
The initiation of going on the Viper when they did, either you really commit for that guy, or they were trying to bait a fight, right? They jumped on the Viper with the Aegis of CCNC, they forced Liquid to respond to their BKBs, and they kited them. Yep, nope, not happening. Then they kited the BKBs like we talked about, the kiting potential of Newbee probably better, and then they re-engaged and got a really good fight out of it in the end until the Sven death. They forced a Zeus dieback, they killed, I believe, Beastmaster and Ogre died.
Yes.
Alchemist barely got out, and Viper died too. So the fight was good from Newbee until that point, and if Sven doesn't overextend, they should have been very happy with that. Even though they did use Aegis cheese for it.
Yeah.
It's still, you know, you just want to stay ahead against this Alchemist.
It's just crazy to think like you still felt like Newbee was in a hell of a lot of control. Like they were sitting at 40,000 experience advantage, and they haven't even brought down the tier 3 tower. In fact, the tickle they did in the tier 3 tower down on bottom lane was about 10-15 minutes ago.
Yep.
And this is going to be getting more and more problematic. Miracle's up to 5.4k in the gold. What does he go next? Does he start arming everyone with Aghanim Scepters? Do you actually start to increase this net worth now with Team Liquid? Or do you still make yourself a battle hunger boy? Like, do you get that Moonshot up and running?
You might go for an axe with the damage problems. No, Moonshot first.
Moonshot first.
So, let's see. Obviously, when we're talking about the experience, we should point out that there are 3 heroes on Newbee that have peaked now. They won't get experience anymore, so the XP graph is going to start dipping. Both Ember, Tide, and Sven are level 25. Liquid's highest hero for comparison is Miracle with almost level 23. So not only, like, experience can be a bit weird to look at as a metric in the game because sometimes it matters a lot and sometimes it doesn't matter so much. What really matters is these level thresholds. Having 3 level 25 talents is massive to the 0 of Liquid, and that's where the XP lead really matters right now is can you put these talents, use Tide plus 250 damage. Anchor Smash hurts real bad with that Solar Crest that he has. The Sven with the God Strength talent, and Ember, of course, with those charge remnants or lower respawn recharge time. And now the Aghanim's coming up with that talent makes him so much stronger.
They're looking to fight.
Yep.
Team Liquid have been actually running around in circles for the last 20 seconds, looking for a good time to smoke. And looks like Newbee is already ready for it. Keep your eye on Roshan. He may respawn in just over 2 minutes, so they've still got more time. CCNC, all right, the bait is there. Abyssal Blade to start this time around with a Fog Concoction. CCNC, they're gonna bring him down. Buyback is Thermal, and maybe they have enough slow, but here comes Yuan, the double top with the Ice Blast. Everyone's in way too deep. They're all pushing him back, but CCNC's buyback is there. WeCast stands not a single chance to survive. And they're jumping around, but Newbee, they don't find a target. Alchemist has already run himself away.
Crucial force step from GH. He saved Miracle completely there. Getting caught out like that with the Ice Blast on top.
Oh, mind control. Get away.
And that's big. That's big for Liquid. Sure, you lose your Viper, but man, that was expensive for Newbee. They used the Ember Spirit buyback. And you just gotta wonder how CCNC got jumped like this. I feel like Tide was in range to help with a Blink Pipe or Blink Ravage. I don't know if he got cancelled by a Zeus ulti. Perhaps that's what happened and Snay wasn't able to help his teammate out there.
I actually thought Yawa was going to be in there faster. He's got the Lincoln Sphere, like putting that on the Ember Spirit. If you're going to use CCNC as such obvious bait, it would make more sense.
Or maybe... Yeah, I don't know. It must have been... Maybe they were trying to bait this fight and they were like, come on guys, go on the Ember. He has buyback, he has a Remnant out. If you start this fight, we're going to come in with our Tide Ravage and we'll kill your Alchemist, which looked great for a moment there, but once again that Force Staff, and I think he even got glimmered as well by Kuro perhaps, just got him out of trouble. And now this game got a lot more interesting because...
It got so much closer.
The thing we needed from Liquid in this game, with one good team fight around Miracle catching this Ember, just happened.
Miracle's on a hunt. Again. I like how he's got the Radiance off. So there's no visibility that he's here, so he wants to try and get this quick pick onto MSS. Concoction blink forward. Now that MSS is blinked in, he's going to run into the trees. Oh, no, Miracle! Alright, they're both there. Oh, okay. I thought I wanted a battle. No, I need to come and smoke.
Yep. Get ready for the bounties. Big moment in the game, 40 minutes in. This is when we start getting 2 power runes. So both sides of the river will now have active runes, and generally the team that has map control, the team that has mind control sometimes also has an advantage at this point. Liquid kind of doesn't in this game currently, but having map control at this point is really, really useful for those for that extra rune. And so far in this game, it's mainly been Newbee being on the other side of the river. So if they can keep this control of the map and start finding maybe a DD plus illusion or DD haste, or
especially leading up to Roshan in 34 seconds, then it's all...
Invis rune could be a game-winning rune here on the Tide Hunter, coming out of nowhere with the Ravage. There's plenty of things. That is one thing that Beastmaster's Hawk cannot deal with. It does not have True Sight, so even if you have that Blink Dagger, you can kind of counter it with the Beastmaster Hawk. You see him coming, but with an Invis rune, you don't have time to react, so...
I would sort of watch around Roshan now. We're hitting that time. If Liquid can move up and get rid of that Observer Ward, that Newbee will be fairly blind.
MSS is so rich.
Yeah.
He still can't get over. He has a BKB now if he wants.
He's just been sitting on bottom lane, just like farming it up. Like as long as he adds the pressure, like Liquid have to move from Roshan. They come off the northern side, and these BKB timings of theirs just didn't really count for anything apart from waiting for Newbee to make one small mistake in a fight.
One position 4 has 220 CS. The other position 4 has 80.
You know, this is just when you actually know where's my fantasy points. That's what you're looking for. Mr. 17.3. If you have Kuro, he's looking pretty damn good.
20 for C2.
Yep. Miracle is a little bit behind what he normally is, but he's still sitting at 14.1, so that's not too shabby. Buys the first Aghanim Scepter coming out in the Courier.
Let's see who gets this one.
He's moving towards his GH. Yeah, it's GH. Okay. Nimbus is up.
Obviously, some good teammates, right? You can give an Axe to Ogre Magi to get that Refined Fire Blast, really strong. The Beastmaster X can be useful in the right situations. The Viper one can also be really good.
How fast they do this. The Ember Spirit's already in. CCSC's going to jump in. Questline of Fist Searing Chains. Snaking, still looking for his right target to go for his own jump in, but Kuro, the Ravage is out. Ice Blast on the way into Roshan, who's going to claim it? Miracle gets the Aegis Immortal. Yuwa, he's moved in. There's still cheese on the deck for the moment. Mind Control will grab it. It's Yuwa. The Roar comes out. CCC, the side of Fizzy actually dodges the pushback from the Roar, but they burnt the Aegis Immortal. Remember, it's on an Alchemist who doesn't have Chemical Rage available. Kuro, not much more to give. He goes back inside the pit. He can throw out an Ignite, but you've already lost 2 heroes. Going to make it 3 as CCNC, making the most of this Aghanim Scepter. Jumps forward, looks for the kill over on Beastmaster. The backline can do its own thing as well as Mind Control does go down with Kuro. Viper underneath the Shrine. He'll trigger it up. A triple buyback out from Liquid. My God, do they need something to make this work? The Miracle! He stuns himself! He tried to actually just concoct TP out. Doesn't work. The Nimbus is barely off target.
Oh man, he wanted to concoct TP in, but it's a long TP because we have ported before. So it takes those 5 seconds, and with the 5.5 second charge up, he doesn't have time to throw the concoction. That is the right play though from Liquid to buy back there with 3 heroes, because Weehaw would have died back under his own shrine, and that would have cost you probably 1 or not, if not 2 lanes of barracks to lose the Viper there. So I like the idea that they did this. They just got no kills out of it, and Newbee did get out. Of course, Aegis did go to Miracle, so there's no Aegis on the field for Newbee in this instance, and the cheese, I think,
was... It's in Mind Control.
It's in Mind Control? Was that the...
Was it Refresher or an Aghanim Scepter? Because it all happened so fast, I didn't actually see the drop. But I'm not seeing anybody holding like a Refresher shot.
There is an Axe on Viper, so that, I think, was the drop.
That would make sense.
Alk has not given away 2, right? He's only given away the one to Zeus.
Yes.
So I think this was a drop on the ground. Okay, so Liquid got all 3 items out of the Roche. And sure, you lose that fight, but that's also why the net worth looks the way it does, because the game considers this Aghanim Shard, it considers it worth 4,200 gold.
Yeah.
And that's why Weehaw's net worth suddenly took this like huge leap up, even though he died and bought back.
Yeah, now he's saying he's got more than MSS, which doesn't really feel like he does.
No, it doesn't. It doesn't, but yeah, Aghanim's Blessing is a good item.
This game is just going so long though, because it feels like no team, even when you win the fight, it doesn't feel like you can just follow up with a big objective. Like, Roshan also keeps going to the team that doesn't have the momentum.
Yeah.
It keeps going the way of Liquid.
Oh, multi-shot arrow talent for MSS.
No Green Line Shadow cooldown, huh? I thought playing the Vision game against Liquid was going to be a good way to go. I guess not. They're going to try and...
Multi-shot arrow is also Vision talent.
That it is. All 5 buybacks from Team Liquid currently on cooldown, and all for over 5 minutes, almost 6 minutes in total. So Liquid are in full defense now.
And there's 3 buybacks on the other side. Newbee have Sven, Morana, as well as AA. Embers is on cooldown for another 1 minute only. So they have this massive power play now where they just have lives to throw. If they can throw bodies at Liquid, and if they win the fight, it's the game.
Look how fast they go. Newbee get revealed by the Thunder God's Wrath, and they TP everyone down to the bottom lane. It's like, okay, they know we're on the north, let's go towards the south. We've already pushed in 1 wave. And Weehaw kind of is in no man's land behind the tower. Kuro's coming out for an observer warning mission, but Yuwa, they finally found the target they wanted. Team Liquid thought the south was clear. They were definitely wrong. Kuro down for 50 seconds.
That's the best hero Liquid could have died, though. He will be alive in time to defend the base. 50 seconds.
How do you actually push up into like Acid Spray and Nether Toxin and
Zeus
all,
Bolts.
like Zeus Bolt and Nimbus and...
It's hard. I think what you try to do here is one of 2 things. Either you choke out the map, you just ward aggressively, you keep Liquid in their base. They probably are out of smokes now after these last couple of fights, and you just keep controlling and farming. The other one is you flat out just go for a surprise jump. You get a ward in the enemy base, and you jump and ravage and try to kill the back line. You know they have 0 buybacks. You know this. So if you catch even a hero like Zeus, blowing up Zeus is really good value right now. Enable to be, or to be able to continue pushing. Looks like the map control play is what Newbee are leaning toward right now.
Yeah, CCNC's got the bottom.
That's fine.
UI can jump around. They already got a little bit of extra chip damage, so it's down to half life on the bottom tier 3.
Liquid are very cornered right now. It's find any opening on them. You're already playing with these low mobility heroes. You've used up your smokes, and the enemy team just has lives on you. You have buybacks, you don't. It's tricky. You kind of have to play defense.
Doesn't Newbee still need to force it though? Like you're 3 minutes in, you've got buybacks as your advantage. You know that Team Liquid don't have that second life.
You could technically hope for an early Roche, and then you will have Aegis, Cheese, Refresher, or Ags, or whatever, or all, before Liquid are able to get their buybacks back online. How long is it? 3.5? Okay, that's pretty unlikely.
Yeah.
That's actually pretty unlikely.
It's such a long time, but they're at least ripping through the creep waves. Arrow flies forwards a little too short. Now Miracle jumps in looking for their own target, trying to bring down Sven. They're able to do so, dead for 100 seconds, and they want an extra chase. The Raw over on Ancient Apparition, looking for the supports. The arrow tanked up by the BKBs. Now the double buybacks will arrive. Team Liquid just want to get back into their home, back into their base, but they just can't do it. The Ravage from snaking clipped them all. 2 minutes down for such a long time on Miracle. Let all the stuns go you want, but without the buybacks, without the lives, this is what Newbee wanted. A small opportunity to just try and take the rest of this base. A triple kill for CCNC. He wants the Ultra. He's looking towards Weehar and he'll claim him. The arrow flies forward. MSS will steal it, but that is GG. Newbee, they will be patient and take game 1 here in this 2-game series against Team Liquid.
That's a nice game to start us off. I like it. Yeah, good. A couple of things to talk about obviously in this game. The Alchemist pick, as we said, after Zeus and Beastmaster, we found a little bit odd.
Yeah.
The Viper item build.
Top tower is under
This lineup
attack.
is scaling in all roles, and once again,
Bottom lane,
yeah,
pushed in.
doesn't look like Arc Warden
Radiant's
with his double dip, where has another one if he wants to send it down there. It's a melee Rax, and I think right now King Gaming very focused on Roshan, so this bottom melee Rax,
That's a lot of spark rates in the Roche pit.
Under attack.
oh yeah.
We've seen that before when
Yeah.
Miracle played it, but he had Arcane Rune, right?
Yes. Quite the same outcome. Goes in, looking again. The lift is there. Save the Ember's life. Double. So obnoxious to play into. You get gold for him at least, but I don't know, it doesn't feel good to get 300 gold at this stage of the game. Because you're just constantly on the back foot. It's not about the gold here, it's just about where you're forced to play in the map, and as a result, TNC, this is a free Roshan.
Cheese and the Aegis. Arc Ward is running out of slots. I mean, he can still buy Moon Shard, Aghanim Scepter.
Transcend
Spawns a
ability, Rune Fort. Oh,
Yes.
yeah. Potentially pretty good. Oh, it's not,
If you get the double damage or if you get the
Arcane
Arcane Rune, it's so good. On certain heroes, Elise can be extremely good as well.
be shabby, but you're not going to buy an Rax.
He's gonna buy it eventually.
Yeah. And they're just going in. They'll be hit some buildings here. They're zoning with the arrow. arrows as well as the ghost ship. It's literally just so Keen Gaming away by throwing these spells, hitting arrows. They're going to hit these arrows. Miranda pulls up. They're not really looking to commit on this one. I think they know it's much more important to take the objectives, and they are taking the racks here, but needs to be careful. That's got the age. The 4-star's keeping them alive. The dash is going to hit on the bristleback, but they don't really want to leave their base here. And it's a tier 3 tower plus range racks. And it looks like Arc 1 is sending himself or his double down bottom. Yeah, he's sending his double in to go for the backdoor play down bottom. So while all this distraction happens up top, it does look like bottom melee racks. Can they kill it off? He's got BKB now. I love this pickup just to make sure they can take some of these objectives. It's going to be close. I think they've got the damage for it.
He's got melee racks up on the top lane. Another one going down.
Yep. Death by 1,000 cuts. TNC don't care about taking the kills. They'll take them if they came to them, but Keen Gaming so annoying with their high ground defense, and TNC are just finding ways to bit by bit break their base.
Another arrow on Ember Spirit.
They're so disciplined. Like, they hit these arrows, but they're never following it up and committing for kills.
They can just play this slowly. They don't have to risk anything at this point. You can always go in. There's no burst damage on the side of Keen Gaming. There's not enough stuns to keep in place, so they can go in. BKBs are down to 6 and 5 seconds. Bristleback and Kanka can just go in, hit the tower, Arc Warden as well, repeat every single tower up.
Also has an Octarine Core. Agceptor queued up as well, so there will be more damage coming out, but it still feels like there's constant problems, not having quite enough damage, and also just not being able to deal with every single lane being pushed in. And I guess the good news is once you're down to your tier 4s, they can't split push you anymore. You just standing your tier 4s. There's a relic destroyed. Is that a rapier? Oh no, it's a nullifier. I had queued it up.
Well, at least you know from which side they're gonna enter. It's gonna be mid, so you can prepare for defending the mid lane.
Well, you say that. Watch some like Spark Break. Tempest doubles go in bottom or top of the tier 4 towers.
They have a sentry.
Coming, but at this point, Arc Warden just seems keen on using this BKB to take objectives. They are just looking to force these powers here. Arrows continue to go flying out here, and it's going to be Piranha leaping on forward. Didn't quite have the damage to kill off the Rubik, who did get kept alive the Grimstroke at the Kuma Cave. And the arrows just continue to go flying, and it's going to be tier 3 tower. Literally playing here. Typical getting so incredibly low. The Ember forced to buy back. The Ice Blast is going to land on 2, but the damage just isn't really there. They're kiting with these 4-stars. There's just nothing Keen Gaming can do. They just can't keep these heroes in place. They're falling one by one, forcing out these buybacks. 3 buyback views already. TNC may just, let's just re-engage, reset a little bit, but they're being chased after here. I think Keen Gaming feel now or never here. The arrows go flying out, forcing them to kind of disperse. It's so hard to chase when the arrows are just flying at you. One last Tempest double. This one maybe just a feet away. Some gold. The arrows again going flying. Doesn't land on anyone. The leash though is there. Soul binding 2 together. Mirana's got leaping in with the double sassel. Quite on the Rubik here. Life Stealer still leash. We'll get the rage away. And with Rubik dead for 100
No buyback on Rubik.
Not looking good. Timbersaw pull back in. He's got no buyback as well. And this is looking like the Ember Keen Gaming. A clean from the Kunkka. Slices through the Life Stealer's life, and it's GG. 53 minutes. Keen Gaming, they fought hard and long. They were so resilient for this TNC.
I love the patience from TNC. Arc Warden did not have a good time early on, but the other 4 played so well, created the space for Arc Warden to
Dire team pick.
I guess they could make the Dazzle 4 if they want to, right?
Yeah, but
I'm not a huge fan of Tiny. Like, I think it's okay, but I think Tiny 4 is the best position. Tiny in most games.
It's always
And
nice.
you know your position.
Yeah.
I do.
It's always nice going, you know, you just go to a lane, having that toss back into a tower, pretty good. Always having that kill threat.
I don't know. I think Chaos is a bit better than people said they were coming into it, but I just feel PSG LGD is
Even better.
they're to me a top 3,
Damn,
minimum
man.
top 6.
There's the Mirana. We saw,
starts.
I believe it was banned out in the second phase. No, first phase last game, and it
Yes.
goes all the way through to here.
And I think this will be so. The reason I think this will be most picked hero in the tournament is that it's super meta for a bunch of different reasons, but more like every role could have a Mirana on it. So as this gets into the meta,
10
every
seconds
team is going to have a guy that's like, you know, Mirana seems good, I can play it.
Yeah.
And it could be a 5 support, it could be a
5
hard carry.
seconds remaining.
Anyone can. And this could easily be FY's hero. It could be mid. It could be Ame. Like, we don't know yet. And if you look at the damage setup, it's again easy combos. That LRC concept of just these short cooldown abilities. You stun people from distance and just blast them.
I would say Mirana primarily suffers from
Dire team pick.
Terrorblade Seek type heroes, and the LGD's lineup already addresses that so well, and they have a ton of setup for it. The Stomp was one of the classic ones.
Viper here, right? You
Damn.
playing against Spectre. Do you break Tiny's ult too, right?
No, Tiny's ult does not give.
Is that in the tooltip or is it because it's an ultimate?
Yeah,
seconds remaining.
I definitely know you don't get it broken, but I don't know like why it doesn't.
Can you
5
look
seconds
at it
remaining.
real fast? Like, is there a
Is there like a description of the fact that it does?
that's your best hero?
Dude, I play a lot of Tiny. Oh,
But what happened with this Mirana? Was it just small buffs over and over? What the arrow cooldown's 12 seconds, right? At max level?
nothing about it. All tooltip.
Radiant team banned.
How long?
Is it 12 seconds now or is it 11?
It's 11 with the talent, I believe.
Okay.
I think it went from 17 to then 18.
Arrow is
Yeah, that's
pretty
pretty
good.
Yeah, so with the talent, it is 10 seconds.
And most people are going that now, right? I think everyone's going that. No more
It's
of that
just
leap.
it's such a cool. It's just such a long stun, and you have so much setup now as well.
10
I love the
seconds
life stealer
remaining.
pick into the Spectre. Traditionally, one of the strongest heroes against him.
5 seconds
You never
remaining.
really are able to go toe to toe with the LS, and between him and Jug, what's the other one? The AM or Slark? What's the other one that's like your
Slark's really
traditional
hard to
counter?
Slark's really good against Spectre. But
Oh yeah, because you're Silver Edge buyer too.
when Spectre was broken, Slark was bad against Spectre because you used to go like the Shadow Blade every game, and the Spectre Dagger makes us. But,
Oh, yeah,
but
dude, that
now
was
that you're going
crazy.
like Drums Diffusal on Slark, it's a really good
No,
matchup.
I don't know. That one goes both ways. Lifestealer, Jug are hard counters to Spectre.
Oh, I know. I'm saying like Slark in general can go back and forth in metas. I
Yeah.
think in this current meta, Slark is Spectre, but Lifestealer specifically,
You eat
how do you
everything.
kill this
Team
guy?
ban.
How do you actually kill him from Chaos Esports side? And whenever I look at an 8th pick for any lineup, I'd like to see like when the opponent has absolute last pick, I want to see a hero that is forced to be addressed. Like you have to address this and pick the perfect hero for the game, because usually that's really difficult to do. And that makes it so like kind of neuters the power of that last pick.
What do you think of this last pick for PSG LGD? Because in my
10
head,
seconds remaining.
this will be X Nova on the ET and FY Mirana, and you last pick maybe Zero. But it could just be Mirana mid. I just don't know if that's
Radiant
ideal.
team.
That's what Chaos thought too, right? They banned the Storm,
Okay.
but no.
They have no egg hitters either. So suddenly you have 2 heroes they need to address. I think Jug's their only option. Like,
Yeah, I'd agree.
Jug mid. Like I know that's
No, well, wait. What the hell? Look at the one, Jug?
I'm saying Jug mid is like their only option here. That's the only thing that deals with Lifestealer and Phoenix.
What about Quap?
10
Mob deal
seconds
with
remaining.
Orchid?
I guess. Like
5 seconds remaining.
Just admit defeat.
okay. I don't want to admit defeat. It's just like I say Jug. Like you know, you don't even want 2 carries, but like you need like this mid gamer that can hit the egg, that can do building damage. Like they don't have any building
Ooh.
pressure.
Can escape from
Oh,
stuns.
God,
or...
you can't lean it. That actually.
They're going Lycan.
Oh, okay, it's not an egg hitter, but it actually does what I wanted. Like this right-clicking mid laner that kills buildings and the life stealer. It doesn't deal with the egg though.
This is such a weird
The bunny
draft.
mount. Sorry, I love the bunny mount. If you don't know how I always say, you shouldn't be allowed to play Mirana unless you have the bunny mount.
So basically, unless you're one
You're
of the
the
people that forked over,
0.001%.
what is it, $1,200?
It was like
$1,000 right now.
$1,800. Oh, it's cheap now.
Yeah. $1,000. I thought my $100
It looks
mount
like
was nice.
the rabbit. Was it Frank from Donnie Darko?
Never seen it.
Really?
That
Is that a show? Or?
No, it's a movie,
Yeah, I'm
dude.
just kidding.
That's
I've heard
another
it. I haven't
Gyllenhaal
seen it
movie.
though. Yeah. Dude, I love it though. But here we go. This is gonna. So it looks like it is gonna be the Kezu Dazzle. Then obviously Matoma Man is gonna be playing that
10
Lycan.
seconds remaining.
And we're looking at these drafts. You guys talked about it. This Phoenix and Lifestealer, they're both gonna
5
feel
seconds
pretty good.
remaining.
I mean, the Lifestealer obviously Lycan likes chasing him down, right? But
Where's that
Besides
Dazzle
that-
maze? Can we talk about the game,
Sorry.
not cosmetics team?
These are some nice cosmetics, man. The Dazzle Mace, I don't even never seen that before. The tiny prestige item we were talking about, he's got it.
He just said sorry. Oh, you're right, and then kept going.
Yeah, I mean, I said sorry, but
In
it's my
advance.
guilty pleasure, like, implied, and I'm gonna keep talking
You
about
can
it.
tell you're a streamer primarily
Why?
because you just completely ignore feedback and do whatever you want.
This is true.
I'm
this is
reporting
true.
on Twitch.
This is true. He's correct. I do the same.
Yeah,
And so we're looking
I
at this.
saw BSJ throw a. Never mind. Not getting into.
all I can say as a streamer is one of the tips you really, or one of the skill sets you master over time is hearing feedback and filtering out most of it. It's
I
like
got
doing your own thing.
Yeah,
'Cause
Kyle-
everyone tries to micromanage your.
Yeah,
what
Kyle, you're
doing.
sounding like a 1K Redditor right now.
Yeah.
BSJ knows to avoid that.
Yes, I do. I hear it and it's in one ear, out the
What if
other.
it was me and Kyle in your chat telling you something? Would you listen to us?
Maybe you.
All right, I'll take it.
Yeah, there you go.
Use Midas better, please. Use
I remember.
That's it.
I was recruiting Brian for my team for TI5.
Yes.
And I was like, hey, so do you want to play with us? And it's because he had just won on FPL won the month before,
NEL,
got
yeah,
picked
yeah,
up by
yeah.
EG. I was like, all right, well, that seemed to work out. Let me pick up BSJ. And he says, you know, I'm sorry. I appreciate the opportunity, but I got an offer from IX Mike. And I'm going to go take it.
I mean,
Fair.
it's IX Mike.
And then a month and a half later, Jimmy kicked.
Damn.
That was a good time. That was the pinnacle of my career.
I forgot you won that NEL. It's been a while.
Troll Warlord, thank you.
Yep.
Cheers,
Great
shout out to
hero.
Troll
Patrol
Warlord.
patch.
So what do we got? We've got a Phoenix Sand King heading on down bottom. That means we do have this Mirana going up top. So it is going to be... It's Ame going middle as Lifestealer, and maybe going top as the Mirana. Different.
Different.
And why is that
good.
for? Why do you want to send... You just... Because you know the Lycan's going middle and Lifestealer just beats him in lane, or... they have to know
Lifestealer
what's
should
happening.
just absolutely free farm this lane, I think
Okay.
is the idea behind it. And
30
I don't know, anytime you
seconds
can put a
to
carry
battle.
hero in an absolute free farm lane and it doesn't like cripple anyone else. I find Mirana, like Kyle said, can be played in any role. Doesn't
Lane
really.
either.
Yeah, I mean she's been given enough like early game buffs, especially the leap buff where the charge replenish went from 60 to 45 level 1.
I'm just scared. If you don't kill the egg, like, I honestly don't care about anything in a team fight other than do you kill the egg? 'Cause
If you don't kill the egg, you lose,
Yeah, Chaos just lose. All the creeps die. They don't do any damage. And Lycan pops everything.
And you know he's going to be farmed. It's FY.
Yeah.
FY will have a Shivas at 9 minutes, and you're like, what the hell? Is that even possible?
And
I will
it's
say
so
they have
good against Spectre, too.
they have the Sand King though, which is like an offlaner that traditionally lanes a lot. But like last game he had an ogre, so the Jakiro got a lot of gold. I'm just curious like where he's gonna find the
Oh,
farm.
this is cool. They're going to backlane first wave, aren't they? Check that out. Yeah, they're going to Sandstorm. No, never mind.
Just going to block
They're just
it
blocking it so it's in tower range.
Oh, yeah, and they're going to try and get lane control and then just tri-lane down here.
and just run at him. And it looks to be, there's already Fire Spirits going out. Misery already taking a ton of damage, and yep, there you go. Creeps will be under the tower, pull it back, and, well, there's going to be a TP, so they aren't going to tri-lane. Looks like X-Nova will go top.
Look, FY 444 on. Dude, it took us like 15 minutes to hit that many shots in the back. FY just pops off in the first 30 seconds. Also, one of the funniest things, Blitz, we're playing a game. Blitz is by far in the best shape of everybody, right?
Yeah.
He's like, dude, I have unlimited cardio. I'm just going to play defense. I'm like, all right, sick. Just guard whoever has the ball. Run up and down the court a few times. He's like, dog, anybody got water? None of us were in better shape either. Oh, man.
To be fair, it's like 90 degrees and humid outside,
It's true.
so it was pretty brutal.
That was actually hilarious though.
You know, so this middle lane, as you said, Lifestealer 4-2 currently against the 2-3 of Lycan. What happened to this hero? Like, it seems we've been seeing a little bit more in pubs, but
Lycan or Life?
Yeah, Lycan.
The Helm of the Dom nerf, I think, hit hard. And he got like nerfed at the start of the year, and then he's been slowly but surely getting buffed. And then I think he was like on the verge of being really broken, and then they nerfed Helm of the Dom to give it 300 recipe cost.
It's also very much, I think, more of a pro team hero than a pub hero. Heroes like Lycan, Visage, they get way more popular in pub games when they're cookie cuttering. You know, when any moron can just say, hey, I'm 7K, I'll buy HOD Necro and just hit tower. It'll be meta in pubs, but...
Well, VT Fade, he's doing a lot of damage. Will they be able to get this kill? There is the Fire Spirit going up. One more right click. VT Fade, please. He is going to use the healing salve. Will it save him for now? He has a stun. He turns it around. Will they be able to get him? Chalice lives for one more. VT Fade, it goes down. And he dodges it. Chalice with the move. Can they turn it around? Do they have another stun on Chalice? They do in 5. They're thinking about him. He's like, wait, something's up.
Dude, these guys are lost right
They
now.
are.
And when FY and Chalice are on, that's when this team is scary.
There's a dagger. We'll just hit him. He has tangos.
I saw a really cool play top where the Tiny tossed the ET onto the Dazzle who was in a creep wave, so he can heal bomb in the creep wave. Never thought of that
Goes out.
combination.
It's only level 1 stomp though. Milan will just run away.
He's gonna roll away.
Going away. We definitely know Boxy's not playing because he would be using it non-stop 24/7. Are you guys spammers of taunts or no?
Depends on the taunt.
Occasionally swag.
Nice, yeah.
Dude, that's the only... do you remember when...
Denied.
Actually, never mind.
Okay. Thank you for that one, Kyle. And middle lane, it looks pretty even. Actually, the Lycan a little bit ahead, but obviously said they're both pretty happy just farming, hitting creeps. Lycan does have a couple more denies.
Ame can trade, whereas Tumba's kind of forced to seed any wave that starts pushing into him.
So what is the build now? Do you still just go Hod like book 1, or is it Hod into Helm of the Dominator into something else, pardon me?
Honestly, I have no idea. Let's ask our carry expert.
I mean, I prefer Medallion nowadays, but he is going for the Helm of the Dominator, so I feel like the problem I have with this Helm Dom is you're against a Lifestealer who, if I'm playing Lifestealer, I'm just going to Pest Rivet.
You'll know.
That's good. Oh, dude, that's so annoying.
Yeah,
That's a lot of gold, too.
And there's nothing you really do to stun. It's not like you can play without your HOD creep.
Yeah,
in the mid game.
So you're either like avoiding this Lifestealer or, you know, like jungling. You know, like what do you? I don't know. We'll see. I mean, obviously Matama Man, one of the best like micro minion type hero players. The Visages, Lycans, so the Brood Mothers. I trust his judgment against the Lifestealer specifically. I think it makes it a little bit awkward.
He hasn't even used one of his shared tangos. There will be a double damage. Like, so we'll scoop it on up. And there's the Soul Ring. So this Spectre did end up going down, but the CS-wise still not looking terrible, right? 20-4, even with that death, you're not feeling too terrible about that. We go in, stuns the Sand King, but no detection. Now VT Faded, okay. Getting a little bit scared.
And the thing about VT Faded, though, is he's very much... he's a much better player ahead, and I think that TSGLG has done a good job so far just making sure he's pressured in the laning phase. It's a lot harder, especially for like a less experienced player. His first TI, you're not used to this. You're not used to just having to fight tooth and nail for every single CS.
And that's the thing, right? Yeah, he's strolling SCA qualifiers. Then they did go. They won Europe. And now here they are. Milan, he's going to try to run away. I miss. Okay. I apologize. Missed the first kill there. Not the first, but my first. FY will go down to misery. Getting closer to level 4. Nice kill there.
We have an engagement top. Nova did get tossed up and then slowed by the poison touch.
Yep. Milan happy about that. Get some experience. And Kezu, man, he is getting close. He's almost level 5. He's strong. What do you do? Is it? I've always heard it's a trap if you max poison. Are you ever supposed to max poison? You always leave it at 2, or what's your play, Kyle?
I've always regretted it. It seems like a good idea.
It really does.
But it doesn't lower the cooldown enough to give you 2 reliably in fights.
He does go 3 though in the poison. And there's going to be the arrow. Yeah, there you go. And there's going to be the leap forward, and that's going to be an easy kill right there. Marana.
Bada bing, bada boom. Telling you.
And then right in the mid game, you're gonna have that blink Sand King right into the arrow. It's just easy setups.
And you have a team fight too. It's a danger when you pick like you're too reliant on the arrow combo to win fights, but you can use it as a form of distraction. Like Chaos trying to counter, you have an egg still. You have the Epi. You have a potential Echo Stomp follow up. Like there's not really much you can do if you're Chaos, and they don't have any disable remove or cleanse.
Go chill them.
Look at this, the Lifestealer just goes in, says hi to Lycan, steals his neutral creeps, but this does give him a ton of man time to kill this siege creep pretty easily. What happens here? They're just gonna right-click each other. Crippled up here. Dude, crippled owns Lifestealer in lane, actually.
Any attack speed slows. It's actually a really bad lane match to play against heroes like Phoenix, Lifestealer. Just the high base attack timing.
Bottom VT Fade looks like he had to go heal and come on back, but already just getting pressure. If he doesn't have his support with him, it does not feel good. X-Nova's actually rotating on down.
Radiant structures
there will be a haste rinse.
fortified.
It's that same concept, right? You leave your your safe laner alone at this like nighttime around 5-minute mark.
Here we go. Ame, oh, gets tossed into the air now. Will he be able to make it out? He already used his TP. He's just running into here. And this should be an easy kill on Ame. Yeah, Matama, man, he's happy with it.
Wow, that toss was like perfect.
Bottom lane.
Tower is under
Saw him going down there. VT Fade goes down. And guess what? That's both carries going down. Obviously, Ame playing middle, but
Is the mid tower threatened? That's the question. We talked about how important this is to defend.
He's under attack.
They've already rotated FY in. Still really nice move.
Tower will be bursted down a little top lane. That means the only one without too much action up here.
under attack.
Kezu. See currently 32-10 going up against this Mirana, who's 31-7. They're actually both the lowest CS in the game. They've been more harassing than CSing.
Restorative.
Just you're always threatened because this KZU dazzles. Like when you have a ward in the river, but if Sand King rotate, like any TP stun, you're just dead in an arrow.
Here we go, the rotation. Dire doesn't look like they have a ward for this, I don't believe. No, this only goes into the jungle. But he has to know something's up. All the supports are missing. Do we X-Nova back? Just runs into him. Milan's here. There's going to be the poison as well. X-Nova getting going for that stomp, but it won't matter. Milan just smacks him, gets the kill.
It's a carbon
In rotation, Chaos currently 1,000 gold lead right now.
The Tunnel Man's having a great game. Key hero for Chaos, they're gonna win. Because Lycan is still terrifying as far as building damage, because I believe on Dota buff he's the highest average tower damage per game.
How confident would you be in saying that, Kyle?
Maybe like 72.
Okay. Because you are correct.
Really?
I don't know. I haven't looked it up in series.
Those are two words Kyle never thought would be said to him.
You're correct, really. I don't know.
Radiant's middle tower is
So I lit up like a.
He really did like a Christmas light over here. Not one of those LEDs.
Are you one of those guys that did your family like just leave the Christmas tree up
Dire's
like all
top
year?
tower is
We
under
we
attack.
left it up till New Year's. We took it down January 7th. Every year. Yeah.
That's fair.
Dude, I live with my roommate now, and we left our Christmas lights up till like July, and we're like, we should take them down. And then we're like, wait, but we're already halfway to Christmas. We might as well leave them up now.
That's
That's just how it
my
happens.
play.
Yeah.
Dire's top
Well,
tower.
looks like bottom. They are going to damage this tower a little bit. Misery is down here, hiding behind some trees. Kezu's here as well. There we go. We are going to see Neexel. He's going to try to leap away. Double leap committed,
Dire's top
but he
tower
makes
is
it out.
under attack.
Another TP. It will just be Milan. A little bit late. LGD will get out. What level? It is level 2 leap, so we'll charge a little bit quicker. Lycan Wolf scouting him out. No cripple. There's going to be a boulder toss, but it'll miss. And it's just runes. There it is.
Oh, the toss!
Oh, Milan. Just in case. I don't think LGD would have gone in, but just in case.
That looks really stylish.
Yeah, it does.
And the only problem I have with that is if I was the Mirana, I actually wouldn't have thought of
Dire's
that
middle
prior.
tower is under
And now I'm
attack.
thinking about it.
Like, oh, they might do that.
Now,
yeah.
if you die to an arrow, you're like, well, hold on, where are you at?
Yep, exactly.
Not deniable yet. He summons 2 more wolves. Doesn't want to get it denied, though. Getting a tower is good, but you want the gold, right? Like, you don't just want to get it denied.
Mid tower is the one I think that as you're okay with it being denied just because it gives so much
It
map
opens.
control, especially when you have a hero like Lycan on your team, but you definitely want goals. It's not very much for tier 1.
It's 100 for the team, and it's like 300 if you glass
200
it.
to 4.
Oh, Misery, oh man, takes the arrow. Here's the stomp. It's going to hit both. It does. There's going to be a Starfall. Double comes out. Down. Misery actually juking and jiving, but will fall. Now Kezu in a little bit of trouble. As you see, only level 2 heal. No points in the shallow grave. Does have armor, and there's going to be the egg just thrown out. Kezu is going to melt on down.
He's playing the same way he did last game on the Underlord, where you're like sitting under your own tower defending, but Dazzle doesn't do that.
Chaos just, I think, have not the wrong read necessarily on the meta and like how to play Dota right now, but PSG LGD is just doing it better. I think it's the kill potential as well. That's the big difference maker. But once again, Chaos have 3 cores that just don't do. They don't make them play themselves.
And Misery, he's gonna come over here and throw out his ulti, but I'm not sure what else is gonna happen. We all have the dagger, and it is a double dagger because of that ultimate. Will they be able to at least get X Nova? Milan comes on down, gets the stun off, but maybe he's just gonna run away. Mattel Man run on down. Do we have detection? That's the big question. No, we do not. Are we going? Do you go book 3 because it's Mirana, or do you leave it at 1 still?
I think you.
Uh-oh. Now he baited. There it is. There's going to be a stun. Here we go. Tense flying challenge brings him down so easily, and they knew that ulti was out. They did not expect that many heroes, and like it. It's arrow to the face, and there we go. We do have some detection now. It's going to be on Chalice. There will be a toss back, but Man does not have his ulti. He has his book 1 if he wants to summon it. Doesn't look like he needs to. Maybe he should have, because Chalice will make it away. The boulder doesn't do enough. Wait, here come the wolves. They do a lot of damage. 50 and a cripple hit. There's going to be one. There's going to be another. He gets crippled up the bleed, please. But he'll make it out. Well, as Kyle said, LGD, this is actually pretty much their first lead in this game right now, though less than 1,000 gold, even with their middle tower going down to the Lycan.
The game isn't as simple for them either as it was in the previous, where we were like, okay, well, if they're ahead, they've got the better lineup, they're going to crush. This is different. You're on a bit of a clock.
Dire's top tower.
Is that just a casual level pace? No, he's
going minus that.
But like Matamba Man is top net worth. He's got ability to crush through buildings. It's just the mid-game team fight is still GLG's favor. They just have so much more magic damage.
Even just the Phoenix alone, like you don't kill it, you got the team fight.
The main thing is you have this lifestealer hero that I don't see how he ever really dies, which means like you always have kill threat on the Chaos cores. Well, you don't really have any playmaking, like you said, throughout this entire series for Chaos. And I'm like constantly on edge. Like if I'm ever getting ET stomped, I'm like scared I'm gonna die. And it's like on the other hand, if I'm this lifestealer, it's like how do I die? I just raged.
Radiant's bottom tower.
Pretty much as Emma looks like Elder Titan just stomped and then arrowed and easy kill.
When there's that much like pressure on you while you're farming, while you're just playing Dota, it makes it a lot harder to.
Radiant's bottom tower.
It's the term for it is hidden power. When people like the game devs and stuff.
Run at him. They find the Lycan. Lycan does have ulti. Will he be able to get it off? No, he just summons the ults. He'll get stunned, and this will be another pretty easy one. This Elder Titan Mirana combo just roaming around the map right now. Oh, and give me that 200 gold. Do what if the little ones gave 200? That'd be pure value.
You just never dominate a goal.
I'm not taking this. This is trash.
What do you think of this Ags Mirana? I haven't seen this in a while.
They've buffed.
Illusion.
No, you don't.
No way.
Yes. Haha. The temperature simply makes desire. Pay for thy lack. And in death, I am not thine yet.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Dire's structures are fortified. Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Amazing what you'll find laying around.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Radiant's top tower is under attack. Dire's top tower is under attack. Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Triage.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Come and get it! middle tower is under attack. Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Until the next time.
Something for everybody. Radiant structures are fortified.
Dire's middle tower is under attack. Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
'Tis mine. Dire's top tower is under attack.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Dire's top tower is under attack. Radiant's bottom tower is under attack. Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack. Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Radiant's bottom tower has fallen.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Something for everybody. Dire's top tower is under attack.
Dire's structures are fortified.
Until the next time.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack. Radiant's bottom tower is under attack. will do nicely.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Dire's top tower has fallen.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Where you watching? That's how it's done.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Yes.
Double damage. Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Radiant structures are fortified. Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack. I was meant to have this.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Triple kill! Always be something worse on the way.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Double down on sorcery.
Dire locked down their structures.
Dire's middle tower is under attack. Denied. Dire's middle tower has been denied. Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Tis mine.
Looks like Radiant closed the blast doors.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack. Dire's bottom tower is under attack!
Dire's bottom tower is under attack!
Radiant's top tower is under attack! Dire's bottom tower is under attack!
Dire's bottom tower is under attack!
To get
Dire's bottom tower is under attack!
Dire's bottom tower has fallen! Roshan has fallen to the Radiant!
Immortality! If I know Roshan,
And you don't!
I'll be back in a few minutes.
Dire's middle tower is under attack!
Dire's middle tower is under attack!
Dire's middle tower is under attack! Radiant's middle tower is under attack!
Radiant structures are fireproof!
Dire's middle tower is under attack!
Dire's middle tower has fallen!
Your loyalty will be rewarded.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack! Radiant's bottom tower is under attack!
Well fought.
Double damage! Radiant's middle tower is under attack!
Radiant's middle tower has fallen.
Dire's structures are fortified. Dire's middle barracks are under attack.
Play a bit harder next time.
Illusion!
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Radiant's bottom tower has fallen. Dire's top tower is under attack. Dire's middle barracks are under attack. Dire's middle barracks have fallen.
Dire's top tower has fallen. Looks like Radiant closed the blast